going into college, I've always lacked energy to get through my day without taking a nap. Consistently, I would take naps in between my classes or whenever I could find the time to, sometimes opting for the couch in the library to nap on. Honestly, I was just getting way too little sleep. Today, I'll be covering some tips on how to maintain a better and healthier sleep schedule. And as you can tell by my outfit, I take sleep very seriously. These tips aren't just for college students like myself, but they're useful for others willing to improve their sleep habits in a more beneficial and positive way. Whether you're someone who works long hours into the night or someone who struggles to stick to a routine, better sleep patterns can improve our overall health and well-being. I pulled my fair share of all-nighters in high school and struggled to wake up for my college classes in college. I know it's not an easy feat to establish and stick to your routine, but after applying these tips to my own habits, I can confidently say that I've been getting much better rest ever since. The 3 topics I'll be going over today are common reasons that we're losing sleep, tips on how to maintain a better sleep schedule, and benefits of applying these tips to our sleep habits. One of the most common reasons that we're losing sleep is our overconsumption of our phones right before we rest. Using our devices prior to sleeping causes overstimulation to our minds, making it more difficult to fall asleep. This visual shows how too much screen time before bed affects our sleep, and here's a quick breakdown as to why do electronics keep us awake. Stimulated brain activity. When we use our gadgets, our minds and bodies are racing, making it difficult to fall asleep and easier to stay awake. This also interrupts our sleep, and with the influence of social media notifications, texts, and emails, it can disrupt our process and quality of sleep. The blue light that is emitted from our devices suppresses the chemical melatonin, and without the chemical melatonin, it makes it very hard to fall asleep. Moreover, the lack of practicing sleep hygiene can reduce chances of getting optimal sleep needed to function properly. Sleep hygiene can be defined as the habits, behaviors, and environmental factors that promote a healthy and restful sleep. Some examples of bad sleep hygiene include consumption of caffeine before bed, irregular bedtimes, and using the bed for non-sleep activities. On top of that, poor stress and anxiety management can play a major role into why we're losing sleep. Suffocating amounts of emotional strain can cause our bodies to release the hormone cortisol into our system. Cortisol is a hormone that triggers our bodies to stay awake and stay alert. Continuous release of stress hormones makes it difficult to relax and focus more on our overwhelming responsibilities and less on getting sufficient shut-eye. Consequently, it becomes challenging to unwind and relax. Now that we know what's keeping us up, let's address these issues. To combat phone overusage, setting aside time away from our devices is key to overcoming this. Idealistically, putting 1 to 2 hours aside can help us refrain from using our phones, tablets, and computers and establishes a screen-free period. Doing relaxing activities such as reading a book, doing skincare, meditating allows us to loosen up and distract ourselves from using our devices. We're more likely to relax our minds and minimize exposure to our devices, which helps support a good night's rest and eliminate distractions. When we practice clean and flawless sleep hygiene, it enhances our routine greatly. Doing things such as creating a calming bedtime routine, ensuring optimal sleep environments, and going to bed on time are the best ways to make our rest count. In doing so, we can ease ourselves into bedtime and wake up feeling refreshed and energized the next day. The management of our inner turmoil is also key to beginning a path to better sleep habits. Identifying what is a major stressor in your life and identifying ways to shift your perspective can help improve our emotional management and outlook on life. Eliminating stressors such as consistent procrastination, issues that are out of your control, and switching to a more optimistic perspective are ways to have less stress and more rest. By putting these tips into practice, we can see real benefits to our overall health. Ensuring better sleep habits means we're able to support and elevate a good mental and emotional well-being. Without taking steps to maximize our sleep, we can become more irritable, stressed, and find it more difficult to manage our emotions. This visual lists the mental and emotional benefits of proper sleep, such as mood regulation, emotional resilience, and good stress management. Our physical health and recovery also depend on our recharged bodies, and consistently poor sleep habits increases the risk of health issues such as diabetes and weakened immunity. This visual also outlines the benefits to our physical health, such as muscle repair and growth, strong immune system, and faster injury recovery. Before I close things out, let's review the 3 topics. Today I covered why we lose sleep, shared some practical tips to solve these issues, and how daily sleep habits can boost our well-being. It is important to understand how to maintain our sleep schedules for improved health and well-being because quality sleep is the foundation of our bodies. With sleep, we're able to aid in our regulation of mood, focus, immune system, and more. And remember, to live well, we have to sleep well.